Hi. I don't know if I'm in a good setup. I don't know how long I'll last right here. But I wanted to do a live today. So I'm coming at you from the steps in front of the Natural History Museum in New York City. Hi, Ruben. I'm a little bit exhausted, but we're having such a good time in New York. Hey, Louise. Hi, Yoginder, Federico, Italy. Wonderful, great to see you. Hi, William from Chicago. I'll be in Chicago in like, what, 5 days? 4 or 5 days? Let me tell you the places that we're going. So we've almost spent our whole 4 days in New York City. We've got like half a day tomorrow. And then we're going north. And I have a surprise when we get north too. Should I tell you who I'm gonna meet? For the first time in real life, I'm going to meet Rick Beato. He's gonna be up in upper New York, upstate New York. And I think we're gonna have lunch together or something. So that's pretty cool. Then we're gonna see Niagara Falls. Then we're gonna go through Ohio. We'll spend a day or two in Cleveland. We'll spend a day or two in Chicago. And then we'll drive down to Missouri and Kansas City. Hey Rick, I just told him that we're gonna see each other. I didn't ask you if that was all right to tell. I hope it's okay, but I said we're gonna see each other in upstate New York 2 days from now. Maybe we'll make a little video, but we'll see. We'll see how we're doing. So I've had such a good time here. It's been kind of crazy. You guys know I went to the Blue Note on Wednesday night and saw, oh, thank you so much, Jose. Saw Jacob Collier, met Jacob Collier, got to sing with Jacob Collier. I still have one more surprise up my sleeve to show you from that night. But here's a little hint about it. It's an hour long. An hour long. All shot on my phone. So I've been having trouble because every time we get home at night or the place we're staying while we're here, it's 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I try to upload from my phone to like the Google Drive to get it on a computer. It's kind of a nightmare, and sometimes the Wi-Fi stinks, so I'm just running into issues like that. I hope that you see the Jacob surprise tonight, tomorrow morning. I'm trying every chance I get. But I haven't relaxed. This is like the first time I'm sitting down, and except if I'm on the subway, we're just walking everywhere, like 7-8 miles every single day. And then we get home at night and we're so exhausted, we just drop. And then we're up in the morning going again. We're trying to do everything. No, I didn't play chess with Jacob. We didn't play chess. That would have been a great idea, but we didn't. No, I'm not by the Dakota building. Not too far. I'd have to walk like what, 5 blocks? Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Have I been over to Birdland? Yeah, we were over by Birdland last night. We saw Sunset Boulevard with Glenn Close, and it was fantastic. Like, I can't rave about it enough. She got on the PA at the beginning of the show, and she said, and we didn't know that was gonna happen. She got on the loudspeaker. We're all just sitting in the show with it's like 5 minutes before curtains, and she goes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Glenn Close. I have to tell you that I have a cold and it's made its way to my chest, and everybody's just going, oh no, we're gonna have an understudy. And she goes, but I'm going to do the show anyway. And everybody's, wow, you know. And then she said, and then she goes, don't you just love life? This is the night that we're recording for the audio archives of Lincoln Center, something like that. And then she just got out and sang her heart out. And sometimes she cracked a little bit or sang a little softer than she probably normally would, but it was awesome. We gave her standing ovations in the middle of the show. So cool. 40-piece orchestra on the stage through the entire show. It was amazing. I'm not like a huge Broadway person, but I'd go see that again in a heartbeat if I could afford it. Yeah, from Fatal Attraction. Yeah, she was marvelous. Ooh, you want me to sing something? Okay. best food I've had on the trip, we just went up to Washington Heights, no, Inwood, which is the neighborhood we lived in when we were in New York City, and we went to our friend Jessie's house, who's, well, she's lived here forever, but she's from the Dominican Republic, and she made us delicious food. That's the best food I've had on the trip, is over at my friend Jessie's house. So that was really fun today. We also got pizza in Brooklyn at Juliana's. That was amazing. This slice with truffle oil on it and prosciutto, and I'm always like just a plain slice, you know, in New York. And we got margarita pizza too. But that one with I never had truffle oil before. That was, whew, it was awesome. Summertime would be appropriate, you said? Probably would. I feel like I do that one a lot in my lives though, don't I? Yeah, I guess so, John. Truffle oil makes everything better. Oh my gosh. Is New York your hometown? Oh, I had fun last night. I went to Mesro, and Marty and Mark met up with me. I got to meet those guys. They're like fans from YouTube, and we sat together with John. It was the four of us at a table, and we watched Johnny O'Neill. And then after the show, I got to meet him, and he invited me to sit in tonight at Smalls. He was great. I loved seeing Johnny O'Neill. So tonight at Smalls, hopefully maybe John can do a live. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And I'll sing and play something tonight at Smalls. I mean, not Smalls, Smoke, at Smoke. Ruben, okay, I'll come to Italy. I agree that the pizza's probably got to be better. How long does it take to get good at YouTube? A couple of months? I don't think I'm good at YouTube yet. Took a couple of months to build up subscribers for sure. Would I ever move back to New York? Maybe. Our son's gonna live here. He's going to the new school starting at the end of August. And my gosh, my kids, 3 of my 4 kids are all saying they want to live in New York someday. So, like my youngest, Louie, he's just like, Mom, I'm not saying that I want to live in New York. I'm saying that I know I'm going to live in New York. I'm happy about that, but you know, a little bit of like, that would be really hard to have 3 of our kids living completely across the country, wouldn't it? So we'll have to follow him if that ever happens, but I guess we'll just have to see. Alright, I said I was gonna sing. Why don't I just make up something? Why don't I just sing like a little free piece dedicated to the Natural History Museum with science. I head back to the West Coast, not for a while, not until July 10th. And then on the 11th, I take off and go to a jazz camp in Hilton Head, South Carolina for a few days without my family. Okay, yeah, this is the Central Park Natural History Museum Boogaloo. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I'm gonna be a part of it. Ooh, in old New York. These little town blues. We'll take Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island too. It's lovely going through the zoo. It's very fancy on old Delancey Street, you know. The subway charms us so. when balmy breezes blow to and fro, and tell me what street compares to Mott Street in July. The sweet push carts gently guiding by. The great big city's a wondrous joy, just made for a girl and boy. We'll turn Manhattan into an Isle of Joy. Okay. It's more of an ode to Manhattan. You guys had good requests. I wanted to talk to you a tiny bit about Jacob Collier. So I stood in line for a really long time. I listened to him answer everybody's questions and I took notes. And one of the things that he talked about, somebody asked him, thank you, Luis. Somebody asked him, Jacob, how do you compose? Where do you compose? And he said, I wish I could do his accent. I hope I don't slip into it every now and then. But he's like, I compose everything in Logic. Everything in Logic. He goes, I don't compose at the piano. I compose making sure that I'm recording, because what if I have an idea, any idea, and what if it's a rhythmic idea? What if it's a beatboxing idea? What if I'm hitting myself in the chest, or, you know, making brush sounds, or anything, stomping on the ground? He's like, I don't want that to be lost. I want it to be recorded. So he always composes recording. I thought it was good advice too. He said he absolutely loves Logic. And yeah, he said, like, your ideas aren't always like this. And if you were just at a piano, which is always me. I mean, I compose into my phone on a voice memo, but yeah, you just have to write it down, and he's just completely free if he does it that way. And he does it all in his room. Now, somebody asked him what he's gonna do next, and that was one of my questions, like, what could possibly be next for this kid? Then, yeah, it's good. I record on my phone too. I think that's, you know, for those of us who don't have an awesome room full of instruments like Jacob, that's a good idea. Next, he goes, I already have 30 songs in my head. I have to make an album, but I have no time to practice it or to lay it out. But he's like, I've got at least 30 songs right here, right now, and I know exactly what I'm gonna do next. That was something to hear. 30 songs. Mike, have I ever gotten bored with the piano? No. No, I haven't. I love the piano. You always be learning something new. That'll help you not to get bored. My son is going to study journalism and design at NYU. Oh, Grammy Sinclair, I think I better not take any more requests because I don't have any water with me and I'm already feeling a little bit dehydrated because I've been walking all day. Oh, thank you, Remy. Thanks so much. Jacob also said, oh gosh, that's a big question. Do you understand music so well you realize that you enjoy them less? I try not to get like that. The question was, do I ever think about music so much that I overanalyze and enjoy the songs less as a result? I don't think I'm like that. I mean, I dive into it and dissect it a little bit, but then I just kind of leave it there and forget it. And, oh, he said quit talking about stuff. He said do stuff. He goes, if you're in high school and you're in a band, he goes, quit talking about when we make it someday, when we get a gig someday. He's like, think of what you can do now and do it. And maybe it's making YouTube videos. Maybe it's doing, you know, on some live format like this. Maybe it's whatever you can do, like playing at your church or rest homes or composing. He's so right. He just said stop talking about it and do it. I love that. He was talking to high school kids when he said that. And I know, well, he's an old soul, Paul. But he's a kid too. I mean, there's just little things about him that make me go, he's young and that's awesome. because I don't know if in 20 years at one of his concerts he would stand and let every single fan that wanted to come up and ask him as many questions as they did. I mean, I waited for an hour. I was the last person in line. When I finally got to him, I gave him a hug, and then somebody who had already talked to him came back and said, I'm so sorry, I just have one more question. Jacob turned from me and talked to that guy for another 5 minutes. It was apparent that that guy didn't know who Jacob was. He just came to the concert because his girlfriend liked him, and that he wanted to network with Jacob. So then Jacob turns back to me, we start talking again, and the guy goes, oh, I'm so sorry, could we just, and anyway, it happened about 5 times while I was talking to Jacob that this guy took his attention away to ask him to help him with his business, to like help him network. He was dropping names like Sia and Lady Gaga. Anyway, I mean, so me, I'm a little older, I'm like a little bit jaded maybe. I don't know what I would have said to that guy. I don't know what I would have said. I might have been like, okay, you know, this was awesome, but I really have to go back to her. But Jacob didn't do that. He just answered every single one of that guy's questions. And that's so cool, but I don't think I could do it. You know, David, you know what you would have said. I am here in the hood, David. Not so much the hood anymore. I was in the hood this morning up in Washington Heights. I love to play melodica. In fact, my husband was talking about that the other day. Like 6 or 7 years ago, I was playing melodica all the time. I set it on my piano with the tube, and I play it with my right hand, and I play the piano with my left hand. I was taking it to gigs and doing it. And then I just kind of stopped. Yeah, I know. Any question anybody asked him, no matter what level it was on, he answered it like just connecting. So props to Jacob Collier, but he's young, and I hope that he's like that in 20 years. I hope that he is. Okay, anybody that wants to meet up right now, I'm gonna end my video because I'm supposed to meet my family. We're going to the Met. We're walking across the park from the Natural History Museum, across the park, going to the Met. And if you want to meet up there, I'll Snapchat some pictures and then you can find us. Yeah, I've been to the Jazz Standard. I'm going to Smoke tonight to sit in with Johnny O'Neill. That will be fun. Probably just one tune. I'm excited about it though. The Jacksons are playing right now. That's cool. Tito? Jermaine? I'd be there if I could. All right. Thank you, everybody. It's been a nice, fun little hangout. I do have one more Jacob Collier surprise. I was privy to something that lasted an hour long, and I have it all. And it's gonna blow your freaking minds. If I can, I'll be live tonight at Smoke. We'll see. And I'll try really hard to get my video up tonight or tomorrow. But like I said, it's just a little bit complicated being on vacation. But we're having a great time. So much fun. So great to be back in New York. I'm gaining weight. Pizza, cheesecake. Delicious. Alright, everybody. I'll talk to you next time. I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.